Vinyl community, hello. I'm back for a new video. It is a contest video for Michael in USA. I think he'll live in Los Angeles now. And the name of his channel is Noted and Archived. I think we say this way in English. I'm not sure. Noted and Archived. I like the channel of Michael because there is a big range of music in his collection. There is a question on his contest on that purpose, and I like the way that he speaks about music because it is very simple and very clear, and he is an expert. So yeah. I recommend his channel, as I know that there is some French people not really comfortable with English looking at that channel. You can also watch Michael's videos because yeah, it is easy for us. So thank you for that, and thank you for showing some original music, very non-common music. Yeah, original in French means non-common. So sorry. And there is 5 questions we have to answer to, and let's go to it. The first one is show Blind Buy that happened to be a really good album that you like. So I want to show 2 different records for this. One of the way to get Blind Buy is not always because you buy a record that you don't know the artist, but because the album is offered to you, and this is the case for this one. It is jazz funk, soul, neo soul band from Cyprus called Mighty Sugarcane. The name of the album is Atomic, and it was offered to me by my daughter and his boyfriend, and it was a good pick because it's really good, and it has to be the only record from Cyprus I have in the collection, and you can get that in Bandcamp, so go for it, and you can hear what sort of music it is. And this one was bought in Cyprus in a local record store, so it is jazzy, funky. You can hear some neo soul vibes here as well. Yeah, and it is an album from 2019. And sometimes the bass player is a little ahead from the other musicians. So yeah, Mighty Sugarcane, Atomic. The other way to get Blind Buy is when you are not choosing for the record. For example, when you are a member of a vinyl club, and I was member of a vinyl club in the past. The name of the club, it is a French one. It is the Walks Buyers Club, and the thing is that this club only works with small company, with small independent label, and he works from time to time with a label called Requiem pour un Twister. It is a French label, and they edited this record in 2019. It is an American band from Virginia called the Young Sinclairs. I get this one, I think, in the middle of 2019, and immediately I love this one. I love it, yeah. And sometimes you love music and you don't know why, but preparing this video I listened to it another time, and then I understood that I love this one because it is very the receipt, like when you're cooking, here is the same as it could be in the 60s, but in a modern way. So it is maybe closer to the Paisley Underground, 3 o'clock, for example, or even closer to the Stone Roses or Manchester music. You have a song here that has the same rhythm than a Happy Monday song. So if you like this type of music, lightly psychedelic, English pop, try the Young Sinclairs, an American band from USA. So this is my 2 blind buys. The second question is, show 2 albums with the greatest polarity in your collection. Oh, it was not an easy one. Here is my answer. The darkest, one of the darkest indie rock album I got is this one. It is Swans, To Be Kind, 3 LP from, I think it was 2017, 2016, and I love that. But of course, even 3 LPs like that, you don't listen to that every day. And very dark, very guitar driven. I love that. And in the opposite, there is this, the cover are similar in a different way, but simple. This record. It is a compilation album for the music of a Frenchman who lived in New York, I think it was in the 50s, and it is Jean-Jacques Perret. And Jean-Jacques Perret played this instrument, which is an electronic instrument, piano, I don't know how you call that, it's a synth. So this guy made very simple music, playing with sounds. For example, you can have some cello sound made with this keyboard. You can have some animal as well, like the cat. You can have bagpipes, banjo, and so forth. So this is always a very simple melody. And for example, the first music that appears here is the soundtrack of a very popular film from the 50s in France. It is called in English The Cow and I, in French La Vache et le Prisonnier, and it seems to be a music made by Ennio Morricone, but in a very melodic way, yeah, always. So this and this is my answer for the biggest polarities in my collection. Well, next question, album that you are embarrassed to have in your collection. There is none, I think, but I can show one album, by the way. There is a guy, he is still on stage, and he was launched in the 60s like a product, like an industrial product, because he is handsome. He was supposed to seduce, I don't know, young ladies, teenager. So and this guy making records has acquired I think a good reputation, because he is a good singer, good musician, yeah, and he made this. His name is Alain Chamfort, and he made this album, which was a huge success in 1979. I was 14 at the time, and I bought this one, and it is an album that is in all memories in for every French man or woman that knew this period. And it was recorded in Los Angeles, which means in France that he had a big success, or the company was ambitious, because they were spending some money to make him record in abroad. So and he produced this album, and there is 3 or 4 songs that are composed by him and Serge Gainsbourg. So it is a very good album, maybe a little cheesy and a little old-fashioned, because it was produced in that period that is not so trendy now. And there is a song here called Manureva, and Manureva was the name of a boat, a race boat, a race and sailing boat that was lost in the 70s. And, this is a very melancholic song, and with some disco rhythm. So it is a mix between French pop, disco. Maybe we can say it is a different way to make soul in France at that time. I'm not embarrassed to show this album, but I'm not saying around that I am a fan of Alain Chamfort, which I am not. I'm not really, but yes, this one is a good one to own, and Manureva is for me like the soundtrack of this period. The most listened album. Well, I think that I answered to this question in 2 videos lately, and of course I answered in 2 different ways, and so for the third answer I will show another album. I think that I showed Bruce Springsteen and a Fleetwood Mac live album in the previous answers, because it was what I was listening when in the period that I bought this one, the late 70s and the early 80s. But I decided to answer for the mid 2010s this time, and I want to show you this album. It is Arnaud Florent Didier, La Reproduction. It is an album from 2009. It's indie pop from France with Ennio Morricone influences. It's very cinematic, you could say. And yes, I love it. When you understand French, the lyrics are very ironic and very clear to understand. It was very trendy when it was on the market in the end of the 2000s. And yeah, Arnaud Florent Didier, La Reproduction. And I listened the most this album on the CD version because I was not purchasing vinyl records at that time. And I always have with me the digital version when I'm traveling, which does not happen so much at the moment because of COVID. But yes, La Reproduction. And if you don't understand French, you could like that. You could, yeah. Just try it. And the next one, the first VC video you saw, and what make you come in the community. Well, I don't know, I don't remember, but I remember that in 2015 also I saw some videos from Radio France, a French national radio and public radio, and it was at that time the biggest vinyl collection in France. So they invited artists to just choose vinyl and talking about music. It was great. And they decided to not to keep the vinyls, so it was not possible to make this show after that. And I was desperate and trying to find other inspirations for buying vinyls, for discovering new things. And I think that I saw at that time some videos from the VC, and then there is some guys who made the VC more human, more sensitive, and one of these guys is Derek Higgins. Here he is in a local magazine from Omaha, a town where he lives, and I get this because I was the lucky winner of a contest, and I got this record from him called Murphy, an electronic album from Derek Higgins. The name of his channel is Derek Von. So yes, shout out for this guy, which I am following the adventures on Facebook, on YouTube, and elsewhere from time to time. Yeah, Derek Higgins. This is my answer. So I think this is the last day, today or tomorrow, to answer to your contest, Michael. Thank you for the questions. It was fun and not so easy to answer to them. And yes, see you soon on the VC. Bye.